All right, let's talk about Zohran Mamdani, who is the mayor-elect here in New York City. Do you remember, it was at the beginning of the week when he was telling, he posted on X a video talking to illegal immigrants, giving them advice on how to evade ICE. Watch this.
ICE is legally allowed to lie to you, but you have the right to remain silent. If you're being detained, you may always ask, "Am I free to go?" repeatedly until they answer you.
Well, now he's doubling down on his advice for the people that are illegally in the country. Watch.
I'm proud to inform people of their rights, and I can't think of a more American thing to do than to speak about the protections that we all have under the law. My responsibility is to do the work necessary to ensure that that doesn't take place. What I also told the president is we have the NYPD here. We trust the NYPD to deliver that public safety. We do not need ICE and the National Guard to make that same case.
Yeah, but you said that you were going to work with the president, and part of the agreement with the president is, look, I'm not going to send reinforcements if you cooperate with our ICE officials. So now you've already broke your promise. You're not even in office yet, and you broke your promise to the president. So now you're going to see a flood of the National Guard and ICE as a result.
The NYPD does not have access to what ICE has access to, what the Border Patrol has access to, what the DHS has access to. The NYPD has their hands full. So now they got to worry about illegal immigrants, transnational gangsters and terrorists. That's where the federal government comes in. So Zohran Mamdani's pretending like the NYPD is built for that. They're not built for that. No. They're built to work together. Everyone's got different expertise. So this guy is doubling and tripling down. When he said, what is more American than telling, I should help him with this, than helping an American, no, helping somebody who got here illegally, how to stay here illegally. That's the if you're actually looking in between his words, what he's really saying, illegal immigrants should stay.
I love it. He's just so emotional. I just can't think of anything more American than to tell illegals who broke the law that are not Americans how to evade ICE. And also when he says, I trust NYPD, he uses that narrative when it works for him. Because remember, he used to say, I want to defund them. But then when he runs for office and people ask him about it, then he apologizes to the police for calling them racist and for saying he wants to defund.
Such a good point.
Exactly. But here he's saying, NYPD, I trust them to do their job. We don't need ICE.
Listen, I know you have 50 states to look at out there, but just know, everybody's fear about him being a radical leftist is being reinforced by who he's putting on his transition team. You have to, if you take a moment and just take a look at some of these people, they are as radical as you could be, let alone who they're going to recommend he picks for key positions.
Doesn't one of them have a record?
Yeah, one spent 7 years in prison. He's going to focus on prison reform.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.